A woke model signed with Elite New York, one of these top modeling firms, has been dropped because she put out a post comparing Israel to Nazi Germany. And there's a lot to be said about this. There is the reckoning for the far left in that their social ideology is reaching its limit, and now they are starting to get canceled. But more importantly, my friends, the reason I thought this segment was so important is that here you have a 32-year-old woman willing to sacrifice her career to push her ideological victory. It's interesting because people argue, yeah, Tim, these woke people don't have kids. That's why they're able to do it. And then my counter is, that may be. It's easier. However, they don't have anything to fight for. You do, which is why it's all so paradoxical. The person with children should be the one more willing to stand up and defend their culture, their ideals, and their way of life. For this is how you secure the life and future of your children. And the people with no kids should just not care. They should be hyper-focused on getting drunk, playing video games, and waking up at 6 a.m. to do drugs and masturbate like Chelsea Handler does. Instead, for whatever reason, it's inverted. Well, let me read this. We got the story from the Daily Mail. Elite New York model agency drops fashion model and interior designer Camilla Deter after she posted anti-Israel messages comparing the country to Nazis on social media. Wow. I say, she is no longer represented by Elite New York, according to a spokesperson for the agency. The termination of her contract comes after she was profiled this summer in Graydon Carter's news magazine Airmail for her role in the design of a New York Chinatown restaurant. The Stop Anti-Semitism group, which refers to itself as a leading nonpartisan American-based organization fighting anti-Semitism, shared screenshots of Deter's incendiary Instagram posts. One of the posts includes a comparison between the beliefs of Israel and Nazi Germany, according to the person who originally posted it, with both having expelled millions from their homes and enforced collective punishment. Now, look, this is the general idea. This lady will sacrifice everything. Why? Couple reasons. It's a cult, and so this is what they have to do to maintain it. But she knows if she gets fired, she will find something somewhere else. The right needs to build infrastructure, a parallel economy, and stand up for itself. This is why, go to castbrew.com, buy our coffee. Why? You see, the Cast Brew Coffee Project, it's not just that we want to sell you coffee. It's that we're trying to build a coffee shop. The money and sales from the coffee goes towards the building of the coffee shop. And then we want to create physical spaces. We want to create physical spaces all over the country where people with our ideas, and it's an eclectic bunch, can meet and talk about these things. I'll tell you what I want to do and what my goal is with Timcast and why you should become a member at Timcast.com. When I see stories like this, I'll point it out. These people are so ideologically driven, but they have those safety nets. Here's the world I want to live in. Pro athlete, pro skateboarder, let's say, whispers, hey man, I really agree with everything you're saying, but I just can't say it. Why not? Well, I'll lose my sponsors and I'm homeless. Here's my response. Then we'll sponsor you. We will launch a skate company, and we're doing this. And if you get kicked off your team for speaking out, we'll sign you. In fact, I'll sign you right now. And then when you speak out for what you believe in, if your other sponsors say, we don't want to, be involved because you're going to generate a lot of hate and attention, you can say to them, you can say, okay, you're kicking me off the team because I posted about what I believe. That's fine. It's fine because, Tim Pool's company pays better anyway. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Whatever damage you think you'd sustain by keeping me on, you are going to experience tenfold when I double down on my positions and now blame you for it. Whoa. The companies will panic. I know for a fact because I've seen this happen. We need to make sure that the people who believe in American values, meritocracy, individual liberties, family, we need to make sure these people do not fear being cut off from resources, which means we have to build a parallel economy. That's my mission. My mission is not to support politicians, not to run for office. It's quite literally like The big plan is anti-Times Square in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We're opening a coffee shop, and we're going to hopefully set up a bunch more businesses. And it'll take some time, and we need a lot of help. We need many prominent personalities who want to be involved in this. And then we are going to create our physical locations, our parallel economy. And when someone comes to you and says, I saw that post on Twitter about how you believe in family values, and now I'm going to fire you, you can be like, not only am I simply going to walk next door to a business that will defend me, I'm never going to buy from you again. I'm going to shop on Public Square, download the app. That's the point. That's the point. These people feel like even though they face cancellation and getting fired, they feel like I'll find a way. I'll find resources. We need to build that. Now let's take a look at this post. I love it. Nazis and Israel. Founded on Aryan supremacy, the Nazis, and Israel is founded on Jewish supremacy. No, it isn't. These people are insane. The Nazis were crazy. Okay. Hitler was crazy. And what do I mean by that? He was a very smart, evil, and mentally broken man. Probably World War I shattered his brain. And so, Aryan supremacy, he wasn't. This idea that you can single out a group of people, which includes a bunch of random people and poor people, it makes literally no sense. This is the left ideology, that a poor, homeless, white veteran has more privilege than Oprah Winfrey, which is psychotic. Israel was not founded on Jewish supremacy. Israel was founded on a country for Jews. Next question. There's a big difference between Hitler thinking they're racially pure and are better than everyone else, and Israel being like, we need a country, otherwise we're going to be killed again. I'm not saying Israel is innocent. It's war and it's conquest. But the fact is, Israel is not founded on Jewish supremacy. Expelled millions from their homes. You want to talk about the Nazis rounding up their own citizens and shipping them off to death camps to be gassed and compare that to Israel, which went to war and won? Get out of here. That's just stupid. Are there problems with war? You betcha. But come on. Putting racial groups in ghettos and camps. Again, it's all part of the same thing. Hitler rounded up his own people, invaded other countries, kidnapped and captured these people, put them in death camps. That's different from a war. Both are bad. One's substantially worse. Use dehumanizing language. Okay, that's just silly. Enforced collective punishments. They claim both do this. Signature methods. Oh, those are different. The point is this. F America, F Israel, she posts. Why? Because she knows her peer group will defend her. She knows she will be supported. And then it comes back to this question I have. Why are leftists with seemingly nothing to lose doing this? Now, I think the answer is actually quite simple. People who have kids are concerned that if they speak up, they'll be fired and their kids won't eat. Well, okay. You are handing over your children's future to these crackpot cultists. I simply ask you this. Do you want your children to live in the pod and eat the bugs? Is that the future you want for them? That's the future you build when you don't stand up for yourself. Now, hold on. I am not suggesting you go out and wave a bunch of pro-Israel flags and MAGA 2024 and, protest. I'm quite literally just saying at the workplace, publicly stating you voted for Trump. We got a question last night on Timcast on the IRL members only show over concern that because voting records are public, not who you voted for, but the fact that if you voted in a primary, it shows your political affiliation, and this puts people at risk, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, seriously? What we need right now is for people to proudly say they vote for Trump and Matt Gaetz and the good Republicans. Proudly. And not fear anything. But they do. And it's only because they do the left wins. So I tell you this. When you say, I can't risk letting people know I got to whisper because they'll fire me, what you are saying is, look, man, it's better that I have food today and then my kids live in the pod and eat the bugs. I want my kids to be healthy today so they can live long enough to live in the pod and eat the bugs. I'm just like, okay, all right, man, I don't got kids, whatever. But I kind of feel like you're condemning them to hell. Now, don't get me wrong, you live in the middle of nowhere, you might be able to get by this. But the point is simple. People without kids are willing to burn it all down so that they can force your children to live in the pod and eat the bugs. This woman speaking out, not specifically on this issue, but in general, the left's willingness to speak out, it's because they desperately want you in the pod eating the bugs. Do it. More importantly, they want your children in the pod eating the bugs. I mean, come on. Even today, they're putting adult material in schools in front of your kids. And still people are like, but I got to protect my kids by saying nothing. I just don't understand the logic, man. So let me ask you this. What circumstance would you prefer? And with all due respect, I know I don't have kids. Okay. It's an honest question. Would you prefer it that your children in school are being, they're being given books with adult content, lewd and lascivious materials, instructions on how to use Grindr? Or would you rather you and your children live in a car in a rural area, living out of your car with a tent pitched, struggling to find food? Honest question. Would you rather your children not have a lot of food, or would you rather they be indoctrinated with adult content by communists? I mean that seriously. It's not rhetorical. I'm not telling you what's right or wrong. I'm asking you genuinely, what's better? I mean, because to be fair, some might be like, look, I can at least try and teach my kids to resist this stuff and they have food to eat. A fair point. Some might be like, I'd rather I live in the woods with my kids struggling to find rabbits to eat than have them be indoctrinated by what these people in these schools are doing. Yeah, you let me know. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 6 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.